In today's video, I'm going to be going over the secrets I use when I am working with Schwarzkopf Vibrance. My 5 secrets, and I know you're going to want to stick around for my bonus secret because that kind of answers and opens the door for all of the methods that I use when I am formulating. So you're not going to want to miss this video because it is going to be chock full of information. Let's get into it. Hello, my fellow stylists, enthusiasts, and friends. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thank you for stopping by. I'm Maureen Moody, and I'm the Curious Stylist. And if you're curious and nerding out on hair color is fun for you, you may want to stick around. And to all my returning subscribers, well, you all know we're color geeks here. My tip number 1 for Vibrance is to use 6 volume peroxide with your root shades because it will not shift the base. And what I mean by shifting the base is it's not going to lift your natural hair color at all. And I love using it with the lotion or the gel. I prefer using the gel with a brush and a bowl. I know you can use a bottle, but I prefer using a brush myself. So that is my tip number 1. I use a Schwarzkopf's Vibrance with 6 volume when I am working on the base. That's my secret number 1. Secret number 2, this is a secret that is universal to all hair colors. So it's not just a good rule for Vibrance, but it's a good rule across the board. And that is, if you want to conceal unwanted warmth, you need to pick a toner 2 shades. So if you want complete control over the hair and you want it to be very ashy with no sign of yellow at all, you're gonna need to pick something that's at least 2 shades deeper than what you've lifted it to, because the hair is going to contribute its underlying pigment. So if you do not pick a lightener high enough, you're not going to be able to control the warmth. And this is also universal to all, but the darker the natural pigment that you're starting off with and the higher you lift, the more underlying pigment is going to show itself. So that's why for me, teaching about glazing can be a little difficult because not everybody's hair is the same. So tip number 2 is you want it. That is not just an Igora, or this is not just a Vibrance rule of thumb, but it's a rule of thumb across all glazing. You need to lift the base to 2 levels higher than what your control is. So that is my tip number 2. Lift the base or lift the color 2 shades lighter than what you're going to tone down to. So that is my secret number 2. Secret number 3. If you have not seen my previous video on my 10 tips for toning application, you're going to want to click off this one and go to that one because that's going to help you to understand what I am talking about before I go into it. But if you have, then stick with me because I'm about to start revealing some things that you wanted to know. 95% of my guests will get a shadow root. It is a very rare time when I don't do a shadow root. I'm in love with it. When I glaze, I always use a root smudge, and it's always between a shade or 2 shades, and even 3, what the ends are. So that is my secret number 3. Can you do me a favor? If you are finding value in this content, please smash the like button and subscribe. I make weekly videos. Secret number 4 is when you are toning chocolates, golds, chocolate colors, and warmth in general is going to be a good thing, not a bad thing. You don't have to always fight the gold. When I have found, and this was much to my surprise, and I've only discovered this the last 3 years, to be honest with you. I've been a hairstylist since 1993, and I'm now just learning this, that when you use a gold or you use a chocolate on a caramel, it is not going to heighten that horrible gold that you're looking at. It's going to refine it, and it's going to like bring it into the right channel, and it looks beautiful. And that's what I love about using the chocolates. Now, some of my favorite chocolate formulas for Vibrance is the 8-46. Now, when I am doing somebody, like let's say I were to come in, and you can see this color right here, I would use the 846, and on their root, if I lightened their root, I would use a 646. And I might mix the 646 with the 61 or 51, and that would make this a little bit cooler, and it would bring it down. Oh, ooh, you know what? Vibrance came out with 6-16. That color is gorgeous, and I use it a lot because it is a perfect combination of cool and warmth, but it has richness, but it's a controlled richness. So I do use that color a lot, and I would use that on my highlighted pieces because when I will lift to like a level 8 or a level 9, and I don't want my root to be too strong. I want it to be soft. So I would be using a 6 on my roots and an 8 on my ends. So I would use 8-46 on my ends, or some of my other shades that I like to mix together is 7-57 with 846 and 7-4, those two mixed together, or you could mix 7-4 with 7-5-7, and the 5-7 is a gold copper, and the 7-4 is a beige. So when I have used these colors, they come out so beautiful on my caramel brunettes, and I love them. So I would encourage you to take a chance and try these colors out when you are using them, because it refines the gold. It doesn't heighten the gold. It doesn't make the gold ugly. It actually looks like it's supposed to, as opposed to something that you have to fight. For years, I felt like I had to fight gold, but you don't have to fight gold. So that is my secret number 4. Secret number 5, these are my go-to shades for when I am doing a bright blonde. So when I am doing a bright blonde on somebody in the salon and they're like, I've lifted them to a clean 10, I will use 9.5-4, 9.5-1, and 9.5-21. That color, 5-4, a third of it will be the 9.5-1, and the third of it will be that color. So you're gonna want to make sure as you are working with these colors and you get more familiar with them, you're gonna start to understand the strengths and the weaknesses of them and how they work together. Another color that I am learning to use and enjoy very much is the 9.5-19. I love this shade. This particular toning shade is a great toner because it has a violet base. So it's a violet reflect, and the violet reflect has red in it, and the red sometimes adds that bright pop of color to the highlights. It's gonna pick up your lightest pieces and it's gonna make them appear brighter and prettier so that you're not muddying out the whole thing, because ash will act like mud on pear that is over processed or the brightest pieces that you have. And so without it grabbing too strong, this can help, because of the little tiny bit of red in it, it helps to stop that and control it. So here, you're not going to want to miss that one either. But let me tell you, if you don't have clear by Vibrance, you need to get it. So yes, my bonus tip for Vibrance is to use clear. I have started using clear for a lot of things. When I am toning and glazing somebody that I've lifted to a 10, and I'm using the 9.5- series, I will do 50% clear and then I put the other colors in. This really helps to control the amount of glaze that I'm using. Now I'm gonna go into more secrets with using clear and why it is such a fantastic discovery in a later video. And you're not gonna wanna miss that one either. But let me tell you, if you don't have clear Vibrance, you need to get it, because it is going to be a game changer for you, and it's gonna give you really good results where you're not feeling like you've lost control or it's overtoned. This has really stopped the overtoning process. I hope that you found this video to be helpful, and if you did, stick around for my next video. And I will be seeing you next week when I talk about TBH and toning with TBH. So I'll see you guys in the next video.